So he knows way to a girl's heart. So we are just going to start with doing a general reading. We will get energy for the masculine energy for the feminine, and then energy in the middle for the relationship.
So for the masculine, I get discovering truth. You stand in the light of truth. For the feminine, I get fogged in, go slow, take your time. And then for the whole relationship, I get desert passage. There's trust, there's a divine plan. So that seems like it's
I feel like we had that card a few days ago.
Yes, we've had that card before.
I feel like maybe on Sunday,
but probably.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. So just seems like there's for the masculine, there's definitely a finding out what being true to themselves, being self-loving, and that general feeling. It seems like there's some confusion on the feminine side. But it seems like they'll just go slow. They'll take their time and kind of think things out. There's definitely a divine plan for the union. So
absolutely. And then we're also going to get a romance angels. Hi, the doll face diva. How are you doing?
Okay. So for the sacred masculine, right?
Sacred masculine.
Sacred masculine. I meant getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. That's a very good message. Mm-hmm. Very true. For the divine feminine, I get you deserve love. You are lovable.
I feel like that's definitely been a strong message for the feminine recently.
Yes. And for the relationship is children. Your love life is being affected by children. And you always kind of say this is not necessarily always children. It could be kind of your child.
Your inner child. Yes.
Yes. So that may be kind of playing in with the fogged in on the divine feminine and kind of the desert passage where you trust the divine plan, because it's dealing with those inner child issues.
I feel like the masculine is doing the same thing with that. I know you've definitely been deep diving in as of recent.
Yes.
Into getting to know yourself a little bit better. So the masculine is working on getting to know himself a little better. Mm-hmm. So that is great. Okay, we're going to move those up. And we're going to get cards for the masculine to start with. So we're going to get headspace cards, heart space cards, and then a card for guidance.
Okay.
So we're just going to see what wants to come out. So we are looking for
a big message.
Headspace. The Ten of Swords, the Four of Wands, and the Temperance card. I feel like the sacred masculine is walking away from some of the things in his life that no longer serve him, and is really looking forward to that. I feel like, that Four of Wands is that union card, that happy home, that time together, being more balanced. So I feel like the masculine's headspace is definitely a little more clear than it maybe been in the past. So we'll take that. Okay. So next we're going to the heart space. So let's see what message wants to come out there. That is a good place for the masculine's headspace to be. It looks very, that Ten of Swords is at the end of that chaotic journey. Maybe it's ending that dark night of the soul. I know that's definitely been a kind of running theme lately. So
all that turmoil and chaos that's been going on.
Yeah, growth. Just an opportunity for growth, Celia says. I think that may be it. So the cards for the heart space for the divine masculine, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Lover's card. I think they're really working on getting their head and their heart space connected. I think after a really difficult time, I know we've definitely been doing some dark night of the soul stuff lately. So I know that the masculine is definitely doing that. And we all have that energy within us, masculine and feminine. It's not just the masculine energy. You also have to balance your masculine and your feminine. So you have to, take this message for not even just for, oh, this is for the sacred masculine. How are you also integrating this as, the masculine energy within you?
Mm-hmm. That twin flame journey is all about that balancing of within yourself and with another. So,
and a lot of mirroring.
Yes.
Okay, so we're getting a guidance card for the sacred masculine. You like that? I see the world card. That is, the end of the major arcana. So that means a brand new cycle. And I feel like the guidance is, the Queen of Swords, which I feel like, sometimes the Queen of Swords can be very cutting with her words, but she's also very matter of fact and knows what she wants. So I think the masculines, thinking about coming back around, but I feel like he's a little hesitant because maybe he's worried about, getting that head cut off. So somebody is definitely having some deep thought, but I feel like that's definitely some, the major arcana is all on that outside edge there. So you notice. So it's definitely being divinely guided in the right time, the temperance, the lovers, the world, all really good stepping stones towards the journey.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And she said the bottom of the deck, the Three of Pentacles, which, we call this our Celia card with, because that Three of Pentacles is that contract card, and we feel like that's, me, Dave, and Celia. So we are going to set this over here by Dave, because we're going to use those cards for the masculine, and then we're going to use these for the feminine. And see what's going on in feminine head, in the head space and heart space, and get some guidance card. I think that masculine is really doing the work. That appears like he's really doing the work. So, good job.
Some little divinely guided stuff, and
definitely divinely guided. Definitely working on that balance. So we are going to get now headspace for the feminine. Feminine, I know. We're going to take that one. Celia says, we have really been pushing for the last week about self-care, which we feel is that fogged in card. We've said, it's coming, get ready. So, and the You Deserve Love card, because, we said, we told somebody today, if your person's coming back, kick your self-care into high gear, because you know what? People treat you, you teach them how to treat you. And by valuing yourself more, other people will value you more. Mm-hmm. Would you agree with that, Dave?
I most definitely agree with you.
So for the headspace for the divine feminine, we get the Justice card. So I feel like it's definitely about finding balance, and make sure you're meditating and really being focused with your intention. I feel like that's really important. I know Celia's been definitely kicking my meditations up. My downloads have been like crazy. I'm just kind of going with the flow. Okay, now we're going to get the heart space for the feminine.
You could almost say you're a little fogged in, couldn't you?
I have been. Dave come home today and I was napping. I feel like that's happening more and more these days. Just listening to my body when I need it. No reason to fight it. The Temperance card for the feminine too. And the Death card. So we get the Queen of Pentacles, the Death card, and the Temperance card. So really, I feel like, sometimes, for the caterpillar, you have to get fogged in and you have to take a little bit of time to, get ready to, have that major transformation, which appears to be coming for the feminine. So, yay! We feel like you're being a lot more balanced this week um, in being in that feminine energy, being, be that queen, sit and wait for that masculine to come. He will. Won't he, Dave?
Yes. All in divine timing, right?
Definitely in divine timing. I have to give a little peek into our lives. This morning, I may have been a little annoyed with Dave. I don't even remember what for. He probably does, but in the midst of the moment, I don't always remember. So, do you know what it was about? You're feeling overwhelmed.
Feeling a little overwhelmed, yes.
So,
and so dutifully pointed out that I should have no reason to be overwhelmed. This is my overactive imagination.
yes.
So
when Dave gets in a negative mindset, and kind of goes in this 10 of swords, at least it's the 10 at the end of it. When he kind of gets on that spiral, we were like, we're not going to be around this mindset. We're going to leave. And literally, I got up and went to my office. I just wasn't going to be around. And I was like, I'm not going to be around that. I'm just not. So when he came home and we were sitting together, he said, things must be better. I said, why? He said, you're sitting here with me. So,
of course, it was with tacos.
He did bring me tacos. So he was doing the work. He was in the heart space. He knows. So we're getting guidance for the feminine, but I feel like the feminine is definitely going through transformation. Everything is direct. So, but I feel like, the temperance on both sides, we love that mirroring. And I'm very curious to see what these cards are. So, self-love, Ace of Cups, are you filling your cup up? The Eight of Cups, that is about, this is the spiritual journey. You have to fill your own cup up as part of your journey. That is, one of the biggest lessons, and be happy. So the guidance for the feminine is to work on your self-love, and be happy, and, continue doing stuff on your spiritual path, because, all of this is, for that. And as you step into mission, it's going to bring that whole cycle back around. And the bottom of the deck is the 10 of Wands, putting that burden down. And I feel like the feminine has done that this week.
Awesome.
Yay! we are like, this is...
You get to have the sun moment.
I did have a little bit of sun today. I was basking in it. We are getting 10 inches of snow tomorrow. I was basking in the sun today when it was out. So, then we are going to get some cards for the relationship. She said we're going to use these. I like these too. You got them for me. Hi, Danny. Hi, Miss Vic. Hi, All About Maine. Doll Face Diva. We hope everyone is doing well. I didn't know if Dave was coming. He's been a little camera shy.
I'm working on that. I'm doing the work.
You are doing the work. We are being more balanced and grounded. So yes. We're liking the feel of the overall energy.
Good.
So he says both have made much progress this week.
Yes.
And because I know, Dave, you've also been working on filling your cup up, and so being balanced in your both masculine and feminine energies. Because it's not about just doing the masculine work. You have to do both sides.
Yeah, I'm taking that time to love myself and be okay with resting and
yes,
not beating myself up.
Okay, now we're going to get some cards for the relationship. So we're just getting whatever comes out on this. She says guidance on the relationship. How do you feel about that card, Dave?
I like that card.
And that card is the High Priestess. So it is definitely about getting a lot of downloads and really connecting to your higher self, spending a lot of time doing that. And through that dream space, you can, do that with, that feminine and masculine. And we get the Three of Pentacles again. And that is working with, are you working with your higher self? Because, if you are a twin flame, you guys share the same, you share it. You share that higher self. And the Ten of Wands is the bottom. These are all solar plexus chakra, which is, all about that, this energy right here. Are you filling your own cup up? Are you being happy regardless? If you know that's your person, then work on the spiritual path. Because once you really step into it, like when Dave really steps into doing his stuff, does it not make things flow easier for us?
Yes, it's almost instantaneous. Amazing. You can go do the work and be done, and it's like next thing you know, it's happening.
Okay, and the Death card, that instant transformation that everyone's waiting for, because there's that Seven of Pentacles. It's a growth process. Just know that once you come into union, it's still growing. Not slowed down at all. There's that Queen of Pentacles again. Finding that stability. And I feel like with the feminine, that's for, we actually had no separation because I did runner chaser with somebody else, my catalyst person. So from the time I met Dave till the time, we had our first date and I literally came home with him. And we were up all night long talking. And then I think he took me home.
It was during the whole strange
And then
quarantining time. And
he was working from home and I wasn't working. So, yeah.
Came over and meditated and enjoyed the yard.
And I was helping him paint and work on his house. And really we were working on everything. So like almost instantaneously, like we bubbled and we had our thing for like a few months. And well, it was probably right before we got engaged was our first actual separation time. I went camping with my girlfriends. And I came back and Dave was just like, psh. So we actually had no runner chaser. We do some runner chaser stuff, but we just go to separate parts of the house because I did the runner chaser with somebody else, my catalyst person. So we don't have any of that. I worked on my energy with that catalyst energy and got to the point of I deserved better. Miss Vic, that catalyst thing we were talking about today for you, same thing. So when you go with that other person, once
yeah, because I don't know if I've ever said that. I always used to go out and drive. I would just check out and go drive for an hour or two. So that was kind of my personal runner chaser. I would just vacate the building. So,
or your video games,
or my video games, but yeah, that's different.
Still escaping, still runner chasing, But so we didn't have that part of. I had that whole thing with somebody else. So I had done so much work on myself and my self love. I knew what I deserved. And then I got Dave.
The man on your list.
I told somebody today to make the list.
That's good.
I think it was Case, and I told.
I had a real short list, so and it all came true.
Mine was really long, 2 pages. I had a lot of discernment because I had been divorced for like 7 years and dated, and so and had several years of the dark night of the soul. What about your catalyst?
What about my catalyst?
They've had a different kind of catalyst. We'll just say that.
Yes.
So and we don't have to talk about that now.
Yeah.
Dave doesn't want to talk about it, so we're not going to talk about that.
Meh.
He's kind of personal. So the bottom of the deck is the Ace of Cups, which is about filling your cup up.
Mm-hmm.
So, but
that's important.
He we have it. It's just not as severe as in the past. There goes my throat chakra. I don't even know where it was going.
Okay. So what is the general reading then for the overall for the union? Now that you picked up the cards.
Everything's always working out in the end.
Yep.
Have faith and have trust.
Trust there's a divine plan. Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
But Dave has a thing in his like chart where everything is like super fast forward for him. He's got like a grand cross or something. Grand
cross, yeah.
So like everything he like I told him he had to be cocky when he did his
soul contract.
Yeah, he must have been because
wanted to level up.